one of the biggest crowds I've ever seen at a wheelchair sports event. And what was remarkable was the friends and family from Rima who came along to support her. They were loud, they were joyful, and anyone that witnessed it won't forget that quickly.
Happiness. She's a bundle of happiness.
Yeah, Rima's just like an extra level of excitement.
Hi, I'm Rima. I am 33 years old and I play wheelchair basketball. I am currently non-verbal. I understand everything but I speak through my phone. I googled wheelchair basketball and I saw I had a local club that plays on Saturdays. When I was finally able to go out, I attended my first game and it was love at first sight. The first time I attended a training game, I was praying that my body doesn't shut me down and seize. But the moment I was on the courts, I was on cloud nine. I felt so free and happy. I felt alive, I felt able, and I felt like the old me was resurrected on the courts.
Yeah, the first time I saw Rima play, as any first-timer, yes, she was a bit of a deer in headlights, but she was so driven and so enthusiastic and so keen. And when you come across people like that on court, you can't help but want to help.
One of the things I really admire about Rima is her inquisitiveness. So whenever I see her, she's talking to people about wheelchair basketball, trying to learn as much as she can. And I think that's really starting to show in her game.
Yeah, I think the fact that she's really open to learning is one of her greatest strengths and is the reason that she's come along so quickly, both with her disability and in sport.
And her hunger to learn was apparent pretty much the moment I met her on court. You know, in our first half time, all of a sudden she was there right next to me with her phone, question after question after question. And you can't help but mirror that enthusiasm.
I felt like I belonged from the moment I played my first game. It was absolutely beautiful. It felt like I had found myself a new community and a bunch of new friends.
So in addition to the aspects of Rima's story, she's also a terrific wheelchair basketballer and a player on the rise, but also just a delightful person.
Rima is just like a ball of sunshine to have around. She's our paparazzi for pretty much any sort of game or team function that we have.
In the team, I feel a sense of belonging. We are all the same, we all have our own challenges, and we understand and empathise with each other, but do not let that stop us achieving what we want in life.
She is so good to have on court. She is so wonderful to have around. The joy, the happiness, that's infectious. And it lifts everybody on court.
I bring my faith with me on the courts and to every game in multiple ways. I proudly wear the hijab, and for me this also means I am representing my faith everywhere I go. My character is another way I hold myself up and carry my faith. Smiling in Islam is a form of charity, so you will always see me smiling, even when I have been knocked to the ground and am face down during my games.
Working in wheelchair sport, we're often teaching people about our sports, whether that's the language or the equipment or classification, a whole range of things. With Rima in our community now, we're learning about culture and faith. So we feel very lucky that Rima has found us.
I think the biggest barrier I was afraid of that would stand between me and the sport would be my religious beliefs and certain things that I cannot do. I spoke with my team, they understood and respected it. A barrier, for example, is not being able to touch men. So instead of shaking their hands after the game, I would place my hand on my chest instead.
It's our first time having a hijabi woman play, which is really exciting for us. And again, that brought some adjustments with male coaches, male refs, male support staff. But I think it's really good to see someone of Rima's background as well being in our disability space and in our disability sport to show that it is open for everyone.
Playing non-verbal is very hard, especially in a sport that requires a lot of communication on the court. However, we have made it work, and I think this is because of the team.
Obviously, in a game, it's really loud, so trying to figure out ways that we can communicate with each other easily and quickly, which is harder because we have to keep our hands on our wheels a lot of the time. So a lot of it is, weirdly enough, like little head tilts back and forth. But yeah, it's been a learning process.
So having Rima in our community has challenged us to understand how someone who's non-verbal needs to be welcomed into sport and supported through their sporting journey. We're learning as we go, but it's lovely to have Rima work with us to help us understand her needs.
There are times on court where, you know, I do accidentally slip up and go, Rima, you forgot to call for the ball.
I think it's important that others see me play for many reasons. As an individual, I didn't let life's obstacles get in my way, but rather I had to carve out a new path that suited my change in circumstances. As a Muslim woman, it's important that people see that faith, passion, sport and disability can all align as long with the correct intention.
You know, she went from being a normal able-bodied mother of 4, then to being completely disabled in, you know, a week. It's a terrifying thing, but it's also a very realistic thing that can happen.
My girls love what I do. They love the energy and vibe, and that I did not lose the competitive and sporty side of ME. They do worry, as more times than not I come back with new injuries or bruises, and that I do fatigue a lot. They're just as ruthless, competitive and sports as me, so they completely understand my drive and passion.
What is so powerful about Rima's story is that you have a person that has gone to a position of incredible isolation within her own body. Sport has helped retrieve her out of that isolation.
I think my favourite moments are when I learn new tricks. So my first three-pointer was an epic one, and the one I did yesterday was my first underhand layup.
Because she's so new, everything is a win, which is just really fun to play with.
My goals for basketball is to keep learning and growing as a player. I am working on seeing if I can get classified, and if I can, this would open up many more doors in regards to playing internationally. But for now, it's to continue to grow and learn, and maybe get some more three-pointer shots in.
That's how I roll.
Sport in general is amazing. It is for anyone and everyone. Wheelchair sports are even more inclusive, and I have learned that no matter the disability or challenges, everyone will work together to make it work and have you included.
When you have a profound change in life like this, sometimes you need to find that new direction to find yourself again. Bad time to get emotional. Sorry, hang on. Wheelchair basketball has given her that. It's given her that direction, that desire to achieve something. We all need that. What more could you want for a person?